What's up, y'all? Target individual CJBK. Um, it's the next morning. What is that? 10. Let's say 10:33, something like that. And yeah, and she got up. I'm sleeping in the living room. I heard her get up. You know, um she used her cane and walked over to the bathroom. I didn't go in and help her because I wanted to see if she could, get there, or if she was gonna call for my help first. But she got to the bathroom and everything all right. You know, and she used the bathroom and walked back without calling for me to help her. So I was like, okay, progress. Then, I come I decide when to go into the room, and check on her. And, now she's saying she's still, you know, going over that same Bible scripture of Matthew's 12, verse 30 through 32. And then, now she's saying something about, she said something about I cheated by putting the hot covers over her. And then something about the water in the city don't come out till 6 or 7, something like that. So I already know that they've been messing with her mind while she's asleep. You know, Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all the. I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all exactly where the tower is. And so as you can see, yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm basically just trying to do what I can. Um, I don't know. I don't know what I could do to break her out of this cycle. I mean, I might have to take her to a hospital. I already know once I do that, they're gonna try to put her on meds. And that's one of the worst things you could have someone do, is end up on some meds. But I don't know. I'm thinking I might have to go that route. Uh, a doctor's right down the street, around the corner, but for the most part, I don't know. But at least I know she's walking around. I'm gonna go see if she can eat, see if she'll eat anything. So, yeah. All right, y'all. I'll keep y'all posted. Remember. Let me put this out there too. For everyone who's basically struggling with their target, right? You gotta remember, none of this is new. None of it. Not them, not us. None of this is new. It's only new to us because it's happening to us. It's only new to them because it's new for them to do the targeting. But none of this is new. This has all been happening for centuries. And Jesus Christ was basically a targeted individual, And look through the scriptures. It was the Jews that basically, turned on Jesus, even though Jesus did nothing to them. But they lied about him. They basically, they basically demonized him, to the public eye, and they basically made him um like a scapegoat to feed the thirst for blood, or whatever the case may be, um because they all believe that Jesus was trying to they believe that Jesus was trying to say that he was better than Abraham, or whatever the case may be. But anyway, or better yet, they I'm not gonna speak too much on it. I don't really fully know the story, but I know it had something more. I know it had something to do with. They didn't like the idea that Jesus was basically calling himself God or something like that. So, but anyway, but yeah, what y'all need to remember is that being a target is almost considered a privilege when you think about it. Because think about it like this. Look at how many people there are across the world that are targeted individuals. It's a very, very small amount of people compared to the millions and billions of people who are doing the targeting, right? We're sorely outnumbered, right? And then when you think about all of us, and look, I just got chills when I said that. And every time I get chills when I say something, I know I'm right. We are sorely outnumbered. So when you think about how many of us it is, and how much just about everything concerning the truth is always suppressed, no matter what country you're in, no matter where you are, if you can prove it, if you got facts about it, but then you're still being suppressed, your findings are still being suppressed, you know for a fact that something good has to come from it. And I was speaking to a TI earlier today, or rather, through like Facebook, and he was like, I'm struggling with my faith and things of that sort. And I was just like, whoa, you gotta remember, and I want everybody to hear me when I say this. God never promised none of us a life without pain, a life without torment, a life without suffering. God never promised us none of that. And if you are living a life without any of that, you are certainly, I don't know what you're doing, but if you living a life without suffering, you are definitely doing something wrong. Because if you are not living life in any kind of suffering or pain, you are definitely doing something wrong. You are probably an orchestrator when I think about it. Because everyone who has ever walked this earth, who, like, in a sense, everyone who has ever walked this earth, who ever preached, the power of love, or the power of understanding, peace, things of that stuff, they all had to endure some amount of confrontation from a majority, or an establishment, or a government, or a secret society. They all had to endure some amount of persecution. Why? Because it was like this video I was watching earlier. The establishment or societies do not like people who are wise. Because if you are wise, then you can't be controlled. If you are intelligent, you can't be controlled. If you can think for yourself and not be controlled like a robot, they will hunt you down and they will try to destroy you. And this is basically what's happening. You know, one second. So I'm not even trying to answer that house phone right now, because whoever's calling, they probably ain't doing nothing, ain't gonna be able to do much good to us. But I don't, because right now she ain't in a mental state to really speak to anyone. Anybody that she speaks to on the phone, she ends up, fussing with. So if anybody got to talk to her, they got to talk to me first, because I don't know what kind of stuff they're gonna say to set her off. Like she just told, she has a phone in her room, but she just told me to answer the phone. But yeah, we are being persecuted because this is like God's way of testing us to see if we will be able to endure, just like Jesus did, the persecution of the majority. Because remember, they all believe that if they can harass, torment, and then eventually kill Jesus, they thought they would be able to just get rid of him. Remember that. They are all those who came after Jesus. They all thought that if they harassed, persecuted, slandered, blasphemed, they all believed that if they did all that, they'll be able to destroy Jesus, take him off the face of the earth, and no one would ever remember him, right? But the only problem is, Jesus was the prime example of what it would be like if once we actually leave our flesh body. And I just got some more chills. Jesus was the example of what it would be like if we were to be killed, and then we leave. When we leave our flesh bodies, we are ultimately unlocked, basically. If you keep God's commandments, you will never die. You will never die. If you live your life peacefully, full of love, understanding, and you spread it, and you're not a violent person, you don't antagonize no one, you do everything that you can to always keep that light, that your vibrations high, you will never die. So that's why I tell them all, they already lost. Because I have been a master of protecting my peace for at least, I'm 32 years old now. I'd say, a majority of my life, honestly. I haven't really been in any altercations with people since I was like a teenager. So and I've always been very, very well versed when it comes to, diffusing situations, making sure things never got out of hand or whatever. I don't remember the last time I laid hands on a person to have a fight. Probably one time in college, but no, it ain't even really get to the part where we were swinging or nothing like that. Because even so, even when I think about that situation, it was like, by the grace of God, one of my friends came and got me. He pulled me to the side. He was like, "Yo, Chris, come on, let's go this way." And my man Javi, he was like, "Yo, I don't want you to mess up the party for all of us, man." I was like, "Alright, you right. And then the funny thing is, when we went back inside, the dude I almost got in a fight with, we both looked at each other and we was like, "My bad." And I'm just thinking about myself, and I was like, and the funny thing was, homie was from Jersey. We both were going to school in North Carolina, and it's funny because homie was from Jersey, right? And it was it was just mad funny that whatchamacallit, and he was like he was a hood dude, like he was a hood dude, and I'm like, I'm from the hood. I might not like act like it, but I grew up in the same environment, so it's like just because I'm nice don't mean I won't get dirty too. But I'm only gonna do it in a sense where it's self defense. I'm never gonna be the antagonist. This is why they're all being the antagonist, because well, they want you to come to their level. And then the worst part is they're doing it in a sense where it's like they're gonna throw stones at you, right? And then when you finally try to swing back at them, they're gonna be, oh, oh, he's. So this is basically what they're trying to do. And I was thinking to myself, and for months I keep thinking like they keep threatening me. I'm not hiding, and I walk the streets whenever I feel like it. Whether it's dark or broad daylight, and I'm like, I know how the streets move. If they want somebody gone, I would have been gone. It's not that hard. I'm not hiding. I'm not that hard to get. So I was just like, what's taking them so long? So then that's when I was like, this is a program. This is a program. And it's all like, it's a program, and for whatever reason or however so, they're all benefiting from it. So, but yeah, like I said, Jesus was the example of what happens when a society believes if they kill you or they destroy your character or they destroy, if they can try to destroy every facet of it. I'm assuming, at some point, because they basically turned me into a snitch to all of New York City. I'm assuming at some point, I'm either going to be falsely imprisoned, or they're going to find some way to kill me and make it look like an accident or something, But whatever the case, I'm already mentally prepared for it, No matter what happens, they already lost, because I already have received my messages and my signals from my guardian angels that I'm good. My mother's good. Like we're good. Like no matter what happens to our bodies, we're good. So the spiritual ascension is probably already beginning for us. And like God said, don't worry about, death, because no man will ever really know when that day will come. When it comes, it comes. That's why you live in the present. You don't think so much about the future, and you don't live yourself in the past. You always stay in the present. So, like I'm saying, when you're a targeted individual, remember, live in the present. Take life one breath, one thought, one step, one day at a time. And just remember, no matter what happens, if you are doing what's right, if you are being a master of protecting your peace, and you are not the antagonist, and you are not allowing the gaslighting to affect you, you are good. Always remember that you are good. You are always taken care of spiritually. So no matter what they do to your body, remember, our bodies are only meant to be alive for probably no more than 120 years. I think the oldest person probably lived, that's like maybe 1 or 3 people probably lived to be, well, at least in our modern time, with all the radiation and stuff around, not that many people living past 120 anymore, but, yeah. We're not meant to be in our flesh bodies for but so long. This is why we have things such as spiritual ascension, because once we leave our bodies, we are then going to go somewhere else where we will either be told that we will live an eternity of blessed living, or you will have, or your spirit will basically, the spirit will eventually die a very horrible death in the lake of fire and brimstone. You know, that's what I believe in. That's what keeps me going. And no one can take that from me. So anyway, so this is the phone. But yeah, so alright y'all. As always, take care of yourselves. I'm gonna go see if she gonna eat something. So, alright, peace.